Now smash, shots and goals, tax, rock the shows, big bang rolls, cash. Now she go, for the team, now she don't ski, splash. Think about post now on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the break with the stars out, not a boarded house. Get deported out, goofed out for a shout. Marvin the Martian, I'ma put your brain up for auction. Proceed with caution. Skeleton AP is frosted. I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Diamond milk, yeah. I'ma get the on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling blow, yeah. Mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swing doors now. Now smash, shots and goals, tax, rock the shows, big bang rolls, cash. Now she go, for the team, now she don't ski, splash. Think about post now on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match the Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Gets fielded in the end zone. Oh, a nice spin. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw on second down. Marshall. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, Get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On third down, Marshall. And he comes back with one complete. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
To Mixon on the check down. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
To throw on second down, Marshall. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the gun, Marshall. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Following the interception, Winston. They'll roll him out right. Well, he's going to take a shot. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 45 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Here we go!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Marshall. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So we got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Marshall. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Marshall. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're going to try and throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right?
That's caught inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get him down right around the 16. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
On play action, Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on second down. Marshall dumps it off to Mixon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more than he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And the pressure gets to him again. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A first down throw for Winston. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Marshall. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So out come the Bucs now. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position. So let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
Jameis now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Now for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. A handoff to Mixon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Marshall. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Throwing on first down, Marshall looking deep downfield. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Well, so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally, you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go play action here on first down, eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play there just before halftime, 45 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And that is incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
To throw is Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go! One!
They begin with a run by Mixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go!
On 1st and 10, Marshall. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A final shot before break. Marshall. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes Diggs. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. They are in the second quarter down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38.
Ready. Blue ready. Alert. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Play fake. Winston. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back to throw. Marshall. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Grand 38.
Operating from the gun. Marshall. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him. Complete. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. again, he'll drop to throw. And that one got tipped. Got to throw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Vikings on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go!
From the gun, Marshall. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Operating from the gun, Marshall. And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
He finds an opening past the 40. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way up to the 46. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Jameis now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go play action. Winston, flush to his right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
On first down, Marshall. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Marshall. And he connects with Ebron. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Eric Ebron, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Play action now. Winston. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up second down. And
brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. On play action, they'll throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air again with Winston. That's complete right around the 8. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. In for the score. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down. To throw on second down. Marshall going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me,
this is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Derrick Henry, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. The point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Marshall. He's going to look deep down the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Marshall. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Derrick Henry taking it in from a yard out. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Able to avoid him at the 40. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Marshall. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Flex round.
Throwing on 1st down. Marshall. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Now Winston, forced out to his left, looking downfield for Godwin, and got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, You'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 30. 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Lutz with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Winston here to throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Give him 30 yards there.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
No, she's at least...
She's on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left scales. Thinking about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. It's in the fourth quarter down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
From the gun, Marshall. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They're looking to throw this. Winston eluding the pressure right. Letting one go deep for the... And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go!
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Ohio! Ohio! Check Mike 54.
They toss to Mixon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
On the toss, Mixon. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Trip! You got trip, you got 3. Ohio! Ohio! Here we go. What's the mic? Watch one. You ain't going nowhere. Flex round! Flex round!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will get them one closer. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile,
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just see the bag, quit out that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin'. I pass it.